What's going on, bros and girls? So today I'll be doing an unboxing and overview of the 7th generation iPod Nano. This is the newest model out currently and is a complete redesign from the previous generation in terms of hardware, features, and software. Hardware-wise, Apple has went back to the longer rectangular design of the older Nanos, which means a bigger, higher-res screen. So video functionality has returned, and you guys can all rejoice, because once again you can now watch all the prawn you want on the go to your heart's content. On the software side, it now uses a grid and icon system that looks like a miniaturized version of iOS, so the interface should look familiar to any Apple user. And for the first time ever, the Nano features Bluetooth, so you can now use devices like a wireless Bluetooth headset or speakers. For current pricing and availability, I've included some links in the description below. So touring around the package, it's fully transparent so you can see the Nano itself, and there's also a sticker showing what the user interface looks like. On the side, it describes what you are holding in case you were confused. The top shows the SKU, and like all Apple tech, it's designed in California and made in China. The bottom just shows the Apple logo, and it's color matched to the Nano's exterior, and the back shows a capacity, which is a standard 16 gigabytes for all 7th generation Nanos, and underneath that there's the package contents, as well as some general compatibility and battery information. So onto the unboxing. There's just a tape seal on the bottom that you peel off, and it's conveniently labeled in case you've never removed tape in your entire life. And once you get that off, you obviously have the Nano itself in its tiny glory, and it's in a nice little plastic holder, and we'll get back to the Nano in a moment. But first, we gotta unpack the extremely exciting accessories. So the first thing you see after getting off the Nano is further reinforcement that this was in fact designed in California, in case you were getting worried that it wasn't. And underneath that you have your munchkin-sized pamphlets with the language en français on the top, because this was purchased here in Ontario and everyone speaks French in Ontario. And that booklet just shows some very basic information on how to get your Nano up and running, including syncing and button functionality, as well as a rundown on all the features and how to access them. Aside from that, you have your much beloved Apple stickers to obviously stick proudly on your PCs and Android phones. And the last booklet is your warranty information, and the Nano has 1 year for you to shit kick and get it repaired until you're SOL. Onto the accessories. The first thing you see up top are the new earpods that have replaced the old stock Apple Buds, and you also have the new standardized 8-pin lightning connector, so you can now buy brand new accessories for your iPod, even though the old ones are working perfectly fine. And the earpods do come in a case, however it is a cardboard disposable holder, so personally I would recommend finding another headphone condom if you plan on having good protection for your earpods. Sound quality wise, they are much better than the old stock earbuds, and their sound is definitely much less tinny, and they also don't fall out of your ears as much. Back to the Nano itself, after removing it from the plastic holder, you get a good feel of how tiny it actually is in your hand, and it's made in China, and they're really good at producing small units, so you can be sure that despite the small size, it will still perform really well. On the left side, you see your volume rocker controls, as well as a middle function button that can play, pause, skip, and read out the current song to you. On the top, you have your sleep and wake button for the display. On the right side, you got nothing, and on the bottom, you have your lightning port, and in the middle is a plastic area for improved Bluetooth transfer, and on the left, you see your 3.5mm headphone jack. Finally, on the back, you just have the reflective iPod logo and some FCC info. So peeling off the sticker, you see the 2.5-inch widescreen multi-touch display that has a 240 by 432 resolution at 202 pixels per inch. So it's not Retina level PPI, but still a very respectable sharpness. The screen is also glossy, that should help produce a richer, more vibrant image. I'll power it on and show you guys a first boot and setup of the iPod, and as you can see, it's not like a phone or anything that has lots of steps to get you up and running. Here, after simply selecting the language, you're good to go. Upon initial feel from just scrolling, the user interface of the Nano is very snappy, and you can clearly see some of its inspiration from iOS with the bounce effect. To navigate through the menu, you simply hit one of the icons, and to go back you either hit the home button or swipe right. The music feature is very similar to previous versions, so anyone upgrading their device and carrying over their song library should have no problem navigating. Being a fitness geek, a cool feature I want to note is Nike Plus support with a built-in pedometer that tracks your steps, distance, pace, and calories burned. Unfortunately for juice heads and or Alistair Overeems, it does not measure testosterone ratio levels. Before we go, I just want to show you all a quick size comparison between the previous 6th Gen Nano, my SanDisk Clip Zip, my ancient iPod mini from a billion years ago, and my daily driver phone, the Samsung Galaxy S3. As you can see, even though the 6th gen version is smaller from the front, thickness-wise, the 7th gen is far and away the thinnest of them all. Weight-wise, the clip zip is the lightest at 0.6 ounces, and it's a device I feel the least noticeable on me when I'm at the gym. So I hope you guys all enjoyed my unboxing and overview of the iPod Nano 7th generation 2012-2013 model. If you did, please thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And follow me on Twitter, it would be much appreciated. Until next time, YouTube, peace!